We've been lost for days. Our ship, the toughest vessel, was broken, snapped in half like a twig by a giant beast from the depths of the ink ocean. We're starving, exhausted, short on supplies, enthusiasm, and morale. Despite the odds, we never gave up. You gotta admit, that's the one thing all sailors are good at.
Adam. Ah, I could have dropped my croissant. I do that. With 0, whatever the fuck it is, and oh my god, cholesterol.
What's the name with the guy who's like, my name's Michael with a B?
My name's Michael with a B, and I've been afraid of insects my whole life. Wait, stop.
Where's the B?
There's a B.
I love that one so much.
Road work ahead.
Sure.
Yeah, I sure hope it does.
Welcome to Vine, the podcast. This is Vine 2. Vinecast.
Literally the entire podcast is just
quoting
quoting fucking Vine. Yes, oh my god.
Alright, we said it here first, folks. We were making Vinecast. It's a real thing, confirmed. Season 2 of Ink Ocean's Vinecast. Alright, so this is episode...
I don't know. You're keeping up with your editing.
Hardly. This is episode whatever of Ink Ocean Podcast. There's a hog in the room with us. My name is Captain Corbin. With me today is
this bitch.
This bitch and
should I go hat or no hat? I'm thinking hat. Oh, I'm getting laid for sure.
Great. So we have a couple mean queens today.
We got this bitch and no hat. We got this bitch and hat.
This bitch and hat.
I'm saying all of my artwork is this bitch.
I hate you.
There's a way that you can like electronically sign your art though. Like if you're exporting it into a file, you can go into like the way the file is coded, and you can like add a tag, and the tag could just be this bitch.
Yeah, but you could also just like
sign your name.
Sign your name.
Saved. And we just saved this bitch. No, but then like people can like take off your watermarks.
Yeah, so if they're really good at Photoshop. But like, come on.
Support me, please. Oh my god. Sorry.
If your watermark is please support me, don't remove the watermark, I'm begging you, my family needs help, I'm out of money, I'm dying rapidly, then I think they'll leave it alone.
You know, I wonder how many listeners came from like my dating website profiles.
Oh, did you put the podcast on there?
I used to put the podcast on there. And then they'd be like, oh, I'm going to check it out. Or like, you should come on my podcast. It's like, no, I don't know Naruto. I'm sorry. Making a podcast is the modern day equivalent of let's start a band. Yeah.
A little bit.
I still want to start a band. If I move closer, I'm going to be extra loud.
Yeah, but look at you. That's little you. You have a little baby voice.
Little baby. I am not a little baby. I got a big tit voice.
Oof.
I'm a sexy little baby.
I'm a sexy little body baby.
Oh, I'm a sexy. Just say it. Just say I'm a sexy baby.
Let's not actually. Let's wait on that one.
What?
Nothing. Let's get into our. Let's get into our topics.
That was like one of our topics. It was? Did you look?
Well, now everyone's heard it, so it doesn't even matter. Guys, we're going to talk about baby fever because we said sexy little baby.
I guess that's a good segue, huh?
And now we're segueing into baby fever. So.
What about baby? Like real baby fever? Like, oh my god, so where I work, I work retail, and so I'm at the register literally my entire damn shift. And it's nice and all, like, it's like a higher end retail place. Like, I get like nice people instead of people that like give me my pizza. I will kill your family if you don't give me my pizza. And instead, it's like, can I have this coupon on this like $30 eyeliner? And it's like, no. And they're like, I guess. So, I don't know. Anyway, so at the register, I get to see a bunch of like parents come in with their babies, and honest to God, those babies get me through my goddamn shift. Because every time I see a fucking cute baby, I'm like, oh hell yeah, I am supporting you, my little man. Like one time there was this little baby, and he was like, I say baby in a very loose sense. A baby is anywhere between 1 day old and 6 years old.
Yeah, that's pretty loose.
So this little baby, he was probably like 4, and he was pushing a car around. And, like, the mom was, like, getting mad at him that he was, like, just pushing the car around on the floor. And I'm like, he's 4. He doesn't want to be in this store. He just wants to, like, push the car.
Play with his fucking car.
He just wants to play with his goddamn Hot Wheels. Like, so I look at him, and he's, like, about to get up and start running around. And I'm like, hey, hi, how are you? And he was like, hi. Like, he was like, this lady's talking to me. Who the fuck are you? And I'm like, hi, do you like cars? And he lights the hell up. And he's like, I love cars. And I'm like, and I'm like, hey, what sound do cars make? And he goes, beep, beep. And I was like, oh, yes. And I was like, can you make the car go beep, beep for me? And he was like, yeah. So he kind of like stands up, and like the counter is like double stepped, and like it's double stepped for a reason. So like it's for like the tall people, and I have to suffer with the tall people counter because it's behind the register. And then there's like a lower one for like wheelchair access. Anyway, so he pulls himself up to the wheelchair access like level of the register, and he starts beeping the car up and down the thing. He goes beep beep, vroom vroom, beep beep, beep beep, and he's just like living his best life, but he's staying in one place and just pushing the car around. And the mom's like, "Thank you." Like her eyes are dead, and she's like, "Thank you."
You raised this child.
I raised this child.
What if in like 2 years you find out mom's dead and beep beep kid comes to your doorstep? He's like, "You're my new mom." As appointed by state.
Oh, Steve, we saw you.
In 2 years, I will have not graduated college, and I would have been like, great, I can claim a dependent now.
Hey. Money.
No, I'd be like, mother, help me. And then she'd be like, no, I'm 60, go away.
Jesus. I can't imagine having a baby at my age.
I fucking cry.
I'm only 19 right now, and fuck, I can hardly take care of myself. I barely make enough money to have fun. So it's like...
Babies are expensive.
Babies are expensive.
A lot of people have been getting pregnant lately.
I know. My Facebook feed, I still use Facebook. And it's literally
Get out of here.
It's 50% my family, my old family, like really like old white people Facebook, and like really old Hispanic people Facebook. And the other 50% is people I knew from high school that are adding me on Facebook now. And they're all like, oh, second child. And I'm like, we graduated last year. And I'm like, we graduated last year. What the fuck, man? And it's like they're like getting married. I got engaged.
Yeah.
Oh, baby pictures. Look, we're looking for baby clothes. And I'm like, we are the same age.
I'm trying to get through college.
I'm trying to pay for fucking food.
I mean, good on them if they found someone they can like vibe with and shit. But like, holy crap, that is fast.
Like very fast. But it's like also like I don't know. Like, I'm not judging them. I feel like.
No, yeah.
I feel like a lot of them have like really
I'm
supportive families with this. Yeah. So it's like it's not just them and their significant other raising this kid. It's literally the village of everybody.
It takes a village to raise a child.
Honestly.
No, fuck, dude. That's ridiculous. I mean, like, I in all honesty, I'm kind of jealous that they're able to like do that. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
See, I get baby fever until I leave work, and then I leave work, and I'm like these gremlins.
These fucking gobbos.
Hobgabs.
I'm not really good with kids, so I'm like, I don't know if I want a kid. But like thinking about it, like seriously, it's like, I don't know, baby. The future. Like maybe when I'm 30.
Yeah.
My sister talks about babies every once in a while, and she just finished watching The Office for like 5th time in a row, like all the seasons, 5th time in a row. Yeah. And she was referencing that one character. I don't know her name. What's her name?
Office lady.
Office lady. She has her own show, The Mindy Show. That lady. Yeah. Anyway, she was talking. It's like the very like last episode of the show. And she's talking about like her husband, who's a pediatrician who works with babies, and like she goes, yeah, you know. sometimes some of the babies are cute, but some of the babies are real uggos. And then the fucking husband pipes up and he goes, "Those are premature babies." And I'm like,
Sometimes they're real uggos, man.
And so every time we see a fucking baby now, my sister just kind of leans in really quiet. She goes, "They're uggos." And I'm like, "No."
Yeah, fuck those babies. Those are uggos.
And it's like, who cares if the baby is ugly? They're like a cute ugly, like, you know, like
Ugly.
a bugly baby, a beautifully ugly baby.
This is a beautiful bouncing baby bugly.
It's bugly.
No, I've been very scared to have a biological kid, but one day I would want to adopt or at least foster a kid. I feel like that's definitely a route I'd be more interested in pursuing.
I'm a person with a uterus, and I never fucking ever
Want to use
ever want something to come out of my body like that. I know I'm adoption all the fucking way. Or fostering a kid, oh my god.
I mean,
yeah.
definitely, like, it's scary looking, and it's like, oh, I don't want that. Fuck that. But, like, also, you have, like, your own, like, that's,
Mama!
but, like, no, well, like, it's your flesh and blood, you know?
Yeah.
At least one, I think.
No.
There was a comedian, I can't remember his name, but he put that whole like thing in terms that I think is pretty accurate. He said people pay too much money to have a kid when they can just adopt just so a kid can pop out of a lady's like pussy and just be like, "Ha, it looks like me." I feel like that's the long and short of it.
Honestly, yeah.
You should just adopt.
Adopt the baby.
I'm sure there's a charm about having your own kid who's yours, but.
And I feel like, I don't know, I've like talked to my mom about it, and she goes, yeah, she feels like when she was older, because like she had like my older brother, who's like 16 years older than me, when she was in her 20s, and then she had me when she was in her late 30s, and so she was like, yeah, she felt like she was a better parent to babies when she was older, and that, like, as like when she was older, she felt like she could raise kids better, and so I was kind of thinking about that, and I was like, yeah, if I ever like want to have kids, at first I feel like I'll adopt kids that are older, not babies.
Yeah.
And then if I still want kids after that, then I'll adopt like babies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you feel me?
Well, definitely, and it's also important to remember that like babies get the most love. It's the same deal with like any other thing that you can adopt. It's like they always go for the younger ones, the ones that are more new, more recent, because you get to spend more time with them. And I think teenagers are neglected and young adults are neglected and all that. They're not adopted as often.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who just move into the orphanage at a pretty older age and then they stay there and they move out. And it's like, that's crazy.
It's like, you're on your own now.
Yeah. So I think if you're going to go adopt, and you should probably take that advice and just get an older person first.
Is that what y'all were talking about with there were SpaghettiOs in the room?
Yeah, there's just fucking raviolis in the room.
SpaghettiOs.
Raviolis.
I thought they were Cheerios, but then I saw the tomato sauce.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, there's some in the outlet that I had to plug the thing in. Like, see right there? The tomato sauce.
This is a goddamn public library. Why do you have SpaghettiOs in
I
here?
think
There's a lot of homeless people.
these homies eating SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs?
Don't call them SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs.
I want to call them that now.
No, see, I'm not judging people for eating in the library. Can you just like eat outside? There's a really nice garden, like outside on the first
This is
floor.
really pretty good. Well, they probably brought in a hot plate and then you see.
It exploded or what?
Yeah, it exploded.
I see.
With their hands.
Never mind. I commend them for the resourcefulness, but please bring napkins.
True.
There's paper towels in the restroom.
You can use leaves.
Leaves.
I'm gonna end you. I'm
Nature.
gonna end your existence.
Those are nice shoes.
Oh, thank you. Mighty picked them out for me.
Queer eye.
They're really good.
Mighty queer-eyed me the other day.
I queered you.
She queered me. She took me to a Target, and
I was like,
oh
skinny
man,
jeans, bitch.
you didn't even hear what I heard. I have something crazy to talk to you about in a little bit.
Let's just talk about it now.
We went into the Target, and then I was like wanting to buy an outfit, so I had Maddie like, hey, like you know what looks good on people? Just tell me what looks good on me. And then she led me around. She picked out the outfit that I'm wearing right now. It's
I have a picture I can send to you.
a really nice pair of brown.
Leather.
I don't know the company.
Good fella.
Is it? Am I wearing all good fella right now?
Probably, honestly, because
think
they're
I'm
just
wearing-
aesthetically pleasing.
I think I'm wearing all good fella. But yeah, really nice brown
boys.
good fella shoes. Really nice cactus shirt. I'll probably put in a picture here.
I got
Maddie,
you.
send me the pic.
I got you. It's a good picture.
All right, here's a picture.
You can see me in like the little mirror.
Oh, perfect.
Oh.
Now I have to make a note to zoom in on that.
I hate you.
Okay. And then.
It's a real nice fit.
But what you didn't, I don't know if you did know this or didn't, but while we were in there picking out my fit, and I was changing, I could hear like these tiny little whispers coming from the other side of the dressing room. Did you hear that?
No.
There were other people in a couple dressing rooms down.
I knew that they were down there, but I didn't know they were like talking. I heard them talk, but like.
Like I just heard some stuff, like it was just some like little, like, and then I hear like a giggle, like you know, like all that, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Some sneaky boy.
And then I'm like, that is a man and a woman's voice. They are in the same thing. They are whispering and giggling.
This is a target at 9 o'clock at night.
This is a target at correction. Probably, I think
9:30.
Was it 9:30?
It was at least 9:30 because we walked around for 30 more minutes.
I
Looking
can't
at cards and
remember.
shit.
Anyways, I think they were freaking in the target.
They was canoodling.
Did they get away with it?
Probably.
Yeah,
There was literally nobody else in there.
Yeah, who cares?
What if it was 2 target people? We have to bleep out all of these like target names because Target's gonna come for our ass.
Hey, Target.
No.
Oh, Target.
Wait, okay,
La
let's.
French
We
Compagnie.
call it Walmart.
We need It's more likely to happen in a Walmart. Okay, we need a clear voice clip of all of us saying Target, and I will go back and edit every single target into Target.
Okay, are you ready?
I don't think I
so
said it, but okay.
me first.
It's Walmart.
Just started a Walmart.
Okay. Target.
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 Just kidding, you fucks. I just wanted to have us all say this for the hell of it.
So the 3 things that look similar to each other
They're all
at
Target.
1627.
Making a note of that right now.
El Walmarto.
Anyways,
They did that in the Walmart.
La, 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 la.
you had no, Target. Mari, you've actually been
Gay.
Yeah.
for a long time now. It's time we speak up about it. No. You enjoy doing art, correct?
Si.
Producing art, making art.
Yeah.
And you recently delved into the world of digital art.
Fuck that shit.
Let's hear your thoughts and opinions on digital art pieces and the work and how it goes.
So like I have a tablet that like functions as my school and work tablet too. And it has like a little stop it with that face. I don't like the stop. Oh my god, stop. What are you doing? Don't like
Yeah.
We're making
Oh,
faces
wow.
at her.
You
Tell
look
the story.
You look like Phoebe from The Friends.
From
From the Friends. I hate you.
I love Friends.
The Friends.
I love Friends.
What?
You know, the Friends clap.
Oh.
No, it's 4 of
Your
them.
life was gonna be this way.
You did 5.
Long strap.
Mari.
Didn't we count this?
We
Yes,
did.
we did.
Oh my god.
You're bad at this. You do 3 and then you do 5. You never do 4.
Like we were supposed to go on the 4th floor, but we never went to it.
Oh, okay. So today we're
Side
in
note.
sidebar to the sidebar. We're in a library today, the San Antonio Library, and we were and we were taking the elevator around, and one of the elevators for whatever reason wasn't taking us to the 4th floor, which is where
Pressed that shit fucking 3 times and it was like, no.
we thought we needed to go to the 4th floor, but apparently all these study rooms are on the 2nd floor. So we spent all of our time getting from the second floor to every other floor possible, trying to find a study room.
And then it's like psych.
We started our elevator journey on the second floor.
Yeah.
Because we went
Like,
the escalator to the second floor.
Maybe the real study rooms were the elevators we rode along the way.
Mm. And the people that got on were our guests.
Yes, we had many different...
The friends. We are the friends. Because I was like, I can't really sing an actual Disney song because they're going to come for our ass too.
No.
Yes.
You have to sing it like perfectly, dog.
That's when they'll come for you? We are the friends.
So if you sing it all stupid.
We are guests,
friends,
we are
the
guests,
friends.
put our service to the
Like
test.
the friends.
We are guests. No,
Yeah.
copyright will never get on
Yeah,
the
they'll
mask
never,
now.
they don't care.
Wanna go?
Oh, so back to the sidebar.
Okay.
Wait, what was our first
The
sidebar?
sidebar was Digital Alert, and I was talking about it.
No, that was the topic.
What was
The sidebar was the friends thing.
No, it was not. Was it?
Yeah.
I wish you could like go back in the recording while we're recording and listen to what the hell we were talking about.
When I upgrade the studio, we will be able to.
Ooh.
I'll talk about that later. Sidebar.
Okay, so I was talking about art, and I was like, yo, this tablet and this like little pencil-y boy, and then I said something about like I don't remember. Never mind, whatever. I was gonna start the topic. Okay, I have a tablet that's a tablet boy, and I got a little pencil. It's a little pencil-y boy, and I draw that shit on there, right? Anyway, I have this like really, really, really bad habit of I start shit and I'm like, yeah, I'll work on this for like an hour. And I'm like, yeah, I got the sketch, I have the idea, and I'm like, yeah. And then it's like, time to go to bed, and then I never work on it again.
Yeah.
And then
Welcome to digital art, Matty.
And then I sometimes do this thing where it's like, I flat color something, and I'm like, perfect, it's done. And then I never touch it again. And I'm like, I should finish that, and then I don't. And like, I wish I had a fill tool. Like, you feel me? Like, if I like draw a line around a certain area, fill. Because
you don't have one?
I maybe I do, and I just can't find it. But
what if you?
I use Procreate.
What if you pick a color and then just hold it there?
It does not do
It doesn't
anything.
do that?
It opens up the
Color picker.
The color picker.
Ah, fuck.
I have no idea how to use it, and I'm like, I could fucking look it up.
Yeah, you probably could. Find it in like a quick Google search. Yeah. Hey, all of you at home, do a Google search. See if you can find out how to do a fill tool in Procreate for the iPad Studio. iPad Pro.
Okay,
I can see
Procreate fill tool. Not working. Procreate tutorial 14. Fill with color.
Then you just go watch. Hey guys,
it took me 10 fucking seconds.
We're gonna watch a YouTube video. Give him credit.
Channel name.
The following audio is picked from YouTube channel Stafe Draws.
I'm so confused actually. How does this happen? What? Oh my god. Okay, so you know the freaking. So essentially, okay, I figured it out. So the stupid the thing that goes boink. I want that color. The color picker. So instead of like I pick the color when pressing down, you just drag and you go boink and it goes boink and it fills.
That's great. I feel like I'm learning already.
How do you know?
Now I know.
If only you could just Google it.
If only you had just watched it.
But I also just really hate shading in general, so I'm literally only ever going to do flat colors ever.
Why?
Aesthetic choice.
Not aesthetic choice.
Or I'll just do like really hard cell animation style.
Okay, that's fine.
Which is fine, because it means no blending.
Yeah, never blend.
Never to blend. But then like, oh my god, they have so many freaking cool brushes though, and like on the app that I use, like not even like presets. Like, wait, no, they are the presets, but they're so nice.
Really good presets.
Yeah.
Oh, you had actually directed me to some pens at the Target that we were at. Target. I don't have to say it.
Right.
I don't have to say
Okay.
it. And I actually use those pens to draw a little Jason. You can see it on my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Snapchat if you follow me on Snapchat. Did you see the little pictures of Jason I drew?
I saw the picture of Big Wick Energy, and I blocked you.
Oh. But no, on Twitter. Look, here it is. A picture of Jason. I drew those with the pens that Mari showed me. I'll put the pen right here too. It's a really nice pen. I usually hate ballpoint pens for drawing, but it's kind of nice for a little sketchy.
I just want my hair to be nice and fluffy. It's just not.
Mari, shut the fuck up.
Oh wait, those pens I got you.
Your hair is nice and fluffy.
Mother.
Yeah, look, the little Jason.
I love a fluff boy.
Yeah,
A big boy.
I drew those with those, so.
Did you like them?
I did. They're really good. Thank you. Now, let us segue into...
Let us talk about vegetables.
Vegetables.
Let's talk about sex.
Baby, let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about musicals.
Musicals?
Musicals. That's an idea we didn't have written down on a paper right in front of us.
Okay.
I have another topic we can talk about next time.
Next time.
Or this time if we have time for it.
Okay.
So, about the topic of musicals, recently you had found something about Phantom of the Opera that you were really excited about.
Love Never Dies.
Love Never Dies. What is that?
It's the second part of Andrew Lloyd Webber's version of the Phantom of the Opera.
And what does it entail?
It's a continuation. If you've already seen the Phantom of the Opera, then you know that you know what happens at the end. But
Spoilers.
but
The Phantom Operas.
he does opera. I mean, he doesn't sing. What he does is okay, look. It's a continuation. Basically, there's a surprise. It's a surprise, and then there's even more of a surprise by the end of it. And it's like,
I mean, you can go in depth. We'll just put a little Phantom of the Opera skippy butt in here.
okay.
Spoilers. Skip here.
Okay. A lot of people don't like it. They called it like a fan fiction. It sounds like a fan fiction.
But those are usually the best sequel
They
films.
kind of are. But like, what?
50 Shades of Grey was a fan fiction.
It really was.
I mean, I'm not saying much, but it's better than Twilight, so...
I mean,
Quitting the podcast.
oh no.
We've lost a member today.
50 Shades of Grey was a terrible
Book.
book.
What about the movie?
No. I don't like movies either.
Get it?
Oh
Terrible.
my gosh.
I'm gonna actually murder you in your sleep.
What was I saying?
Love Never Dies?
Is that
what it's
fan
called?
fiction, yeah.
Okay, cool, I got it.
So if you've already seen Andrew Lloyd Webber's version of Phantom of the Opera, whether it be live or the movie, you know that Christine leaves with Raoul and the Phantom is alone and is being hunted down.
Sad.
Right. But in Love Never Dies, the Phantom ends up in New York, which is weird. Starts off in France, whatever,
Mhm.
and then ends up in New York.
Well, obviously, Phantom goes there for the love of theater.
Well, it's actually...
Did he join the cast?
He's in like a circus,
Oh, okay.
like, you know, because they have a freak show and whatnot. Like,
Mhm.
they don't care. Like, everybody's dressed weird. They don't care if he's wearing a mask. So, like, he had, like, an entourage in this one. He's like, go get that. And fucking people go and do it. Instead of him having to hide, like, in this place and be so secluded. But
That's cool.
It's been 10 years since then. So, that's how it starts off. So, like, but, Christine is, like, she ends up in New York, too.
Okay.
And her and Raoul, you know, come there. And I don't like it. I don't like this part because it makes him seem like a bum, which he didn't seem like. But Raoul was apparently paying off debt from like gambling or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Which I didn't see Raoul as
Well,
in the first one.
they can get away with it because it's been 10 years.
I guess so.
People
That's
change a lot.
That's true. And They have a kid.
Okay.
What is?
Alright, if you're gonna show art in this podcast, take a picture and send it to me. Matty drew something very beautiful. Here it is.
I love.
It's a gourd. Looks like me.
Y'all are giving me a run for my money with editing today.
Good. It'll help you get better.
Okay, so there's a baby of the opera now.
Did you just spoil it?
You spoiled
You
it.
just fucking
Spoiled
spoiled it
it.
without knowing.
Spoiled it.
No, you just said there was a
Spoiled
kid.
it.
Oh. Oh no.
It's okay. It's not that big of a spoiler.
She fucked the ghost.
She fucked the ghost.
There's a whole. I love.
Ghost
Song.
sex.
No. There's a song where they like. What's recanting mean? Because I don't want to be wrong.
Recanting?
Rehashing that shit, or like
No, recant.
Like
like take it back.
no. But, well, okay. They're reminiscing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And like he shows up and she's like, you know, goes into the song, beneath the moonless sky. Because they're basically like reminiscing on like he's like, you came and found me before your wedding night, like before your wedding, and fucking they fucked. And
Nice.
basically she's saying that she loved him, and but like. Ooh, and you know, that's like at the beginning, so you can kind of like guess that it's like, is that the Phantom's child?
The baby of the opera. Yeah.
But the ending. Anyway, I don't spoil it.
So go watch Love Never Dies.
Yeah.
And also watch Phantom of the Opera if you haven't watched Phantom of the Opera, like me.
Yeah, you should watch it.
You should probably watch it. I've seen like a good number of clips from it. I knew how it ended already. I knew like the whole story. I just didn't really watch it.
You've physically seen it.
Yeah.
I fucking love Phantom of the Opera. I love it so much. What?
He's so mean to me.
I have 4 different versions.
4 different versions. Why?
I fucking love it. I have the original silent film. I have Robert Englund version, which I hate.
Oh,
It's bad.
but still own it.
I still own it because it's VHS tape. So. And I got it for my birthday at like half price books. So
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
yeah. And then I also have Claude Rains' version, which wasn't bad. It's pretty alright. And then Phantom of the Paradise. And then I have Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, man.
But fuck, sorry. The reason I wanted to talk about musicals is like, you know, why they're so appealing. You know, because like some people don't like suddenly breaking out in a song.
Yeah, I've heard the argument where people are like, oh, I don't want to watch musicals because they're unrealistic. But have you ever seen any form of media that is realistic?
Right.
Like, even reality TV shows so askew with, like, things that they've just added to make it more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what the fuck are you talking about? I hate Mari. Here's another picture.
Not done yet.
Here's another picture. It'll be done when it's in editing.
Mm-hmm.
Mari, you don't have to take a picture now. You can take it when you're done.
Taking progress pictures for you.
Oh, thank you.
This is what they started laughing at. The one right here.
But musicals. That
Musicals. Oh my gosh.
Heathers.
Heathers is a very good musical. The end.
The end. Go watch it.
In this essay, I will tell you that Heather McNamara is the most underrated Heather.
McNamara, is that yellow?
Yeah, Yellow Heather. I love her.
People I
She's big.
know.
She's actually skinny.
She's kind of tiny.
I'm talking about my character.
Oh.
Oh.
So, anyways,
Suicide is a private thing.
suicide is a private thing.
Pills.
Fuck. Dude, Heathers is a really good show, and that's one that you need to see. There are free versions on YouTube. People recommend the Broadway one, but there's this one that a high school did. It's on YouTube. It's a pretty common one, and I like that version way better.
Oh,
Did you
I
see-
love that version.
Did you see that they changed?
You fro? Like you fro? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's a good version.
Did you see that they changed Blue?
Huh?
Change Blue?
The song Blue.
You did?
Did they? For like, well, how'd they change it?
To make it appropriate, they just put in a different song. They already know one.
No, I've heard both versions. What? It's different?
Instead of Blue, they put in they just made a song.
Oh, did they? Not the version I saw.
Did the high school version have Blue in it?
It did.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was a high school
Like
production.
Sexy Baby too again.
And
It had everything in it.
Dead Girl Walking.
Yeah,
Wow.
Girl.
it had them like humping on stage.
Did you see the bad one? What's it called?
Heather's, but it's illegal or something.
Yeah, Illegal Heathers. Oh, that was so.
Okay, the one by
Done by fuck.
Oh, okay. It's not a high school version. My apologies. It's Heather's at the Rock River Repertory Theater Company. That one is the best version,
The best one.
in my opinion.
That's the one I showed you, right?
No, you said. Oh yeah, this is the one you showed me. Yes.
My favorite one.
The best version. My apologies. I thought it was the high school version. Heather, look up Illegal Heathers. It's a really good video. It's like 2 minutes.
It's not good.
It's just the best. This is,
She's like,
Matty, why are you rummaging?
I needed a pen and you weren't answering me.
There's a pen right in front of me.
It's blue.
You make my
Apple.
pen so blue.
oh, okay.
I think Heather's will never stop being relevant. It has. Fuck you and die.
As long as
As long as there are crazy bombers.
it's easy to access guns and stuff as well.
Ooh, political
Way
motif.
to ruin the ending.
What?
Bombers.
Whatever. They don't know who's bombing anything.
They will watch the first 5 minutes and be like,
Marty, that's our topic paper. I need to see topics.
Oh, Christ.
We have paper in here. Marty,
I'm just gonna rewrite the topics for you.
okay, that's fine. Jesus. Welcome to Noisy Podcast,
Noisy
where
boys.
we're just noisy.
Let's rename the podcast to Noisy Boys.
I don't know. I feel like there's something really nice about adding song to it. It gives it power, I think.
Yeah, having a song that lets you be more emotional with what you're saying. Here's one of the things that confuses me about. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Here's one of the things that confuses me about Grease. Grease, I think, is one of the dumbest shows and movies I've ever seen. I think it's probably the worst musical out
I thought
there.
you meant the fucking country, and I was like, what did they do to you?
Dude, I fucking love Grease. Hey, y'all make the best fucking gyros, dude.
I love Greek food so goddamn much.
Fucking red onion with yogurt. Who would have thought?
They
Anyways,
I spelled Skyrim wrong.
Now they know.
now they know.
Next topic.
But Grease as a show was pretty bad
Yeah.
in many different ways. The writing was awful, the characters were awful, no one learned any lessons or anything.
No.
But yet it still stood the test of time. I've seen people who own multiple copies of Grease, who watch it every single day.
Yeah.
It's their favorite movie.
The moral of the story is if you love somebody, then change.
Yeah, if you love somebody, change your entire disposition
Also,
and forget yourself.
Rape.
Also,
Also
there's,
rape.
yeah.
There's like some
Literally-
really rapey shit.
Literally, he was like coming on to Sandy, and she fucking walks out. He's like stranded at the drive-in, like, oh, woe is me.
Oh,
how did she get home?
Such a nerd.
She walked the fuck home from the goddamn drive-in theater?
Damn.
She just walks out and is like, I guess she went home.
We stand a queen. We stand a legend.
He's like, you can't just walk out of the drive-in.
That bitch.
She's
Yeah.
like, yeah, call it a walkout. Anyways,
My
but Grease still stands the test of time because I won't lie, the music was excellent. The choreography was great. The moving and the dancing made the thing as popular as it is. Musicals have power, and they're able to just convey a message so much better, even if the message is shit.
Yeah.
For a better example of how musicals can be great, earlier. Fuck off. Earlier, the Ink Ocean crew went to San Marcos to see Ragtime at
Still think about that.
what's the college name again? I forgot already.
Texas State.
Texas State.
I fucking love Ragtime so goddamn much. Like, I left that theater a changed person.
Oh yeah.
That was so good.
If you haven't seen
I nutted.
Ragtime, you missed out on the best version of Ragtime probably
Ever.
at Texas State.
Oh, their singing was amazing, and they're just so
And
good.
there was music playing da 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 da.
In the beginning,
Da, 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 da.
but it's just like a bunch of white people dressed in white. Like, oh, is this gonna be it? And all of a sudden,
Oh,
Brown people showed up, and I
I
was like,
loved it
yes.
because it was like, oh, we're white people, we're the best. There's no black people here in our America, and then
Black people shut the fuck up,
Of
and they were
course.
like, you know what, move, bitch.
and the
Harlem.
immigrants.
the immigrants came in from many different places.
The
Like
goddamn set,
we
like
hear.
the costume design with the red, white, and blue.
Oh,
yeah.
I
So
nut.
here's the thing: the white people were dressed in all white. The black people were dressed in red.
And the
and
Jewish
immigrants.
or at least like the immigrants in general.
Yeah, immigrants generally dressed in blue, but they each had different like tonal differences to denote where they're from.
Yeah.
It was
they-
like very slight.
like you could tell like they were like as a category they were the immigrants, quote unquote, but
Yeah.
like every like group of immigrants, like there were like 4 or 5, they all had like
They all had specific
the way that they were
details.
dressed, you
and
could
yeah.
tell they were not the same, they were different.
Yeah,
Like
it's just
it was very nice.
this is also good. First of all, they were red, white, and blue, so America. But this is also like interesting to see because like that's what our eyes do. Our eyes group people, and that those outfits literally just grouped people.
Mhm.
Like the characters themselves, probably canonically, weren't wearing that kind of stuff. But they weren't matching colors, But it was just like this is what we do on a daily basis. We divide people into these groups and shit like that.
That's some deep shit.
That show had a
Actually,
lot
back
of.
then, there was a lot of.
I cried
Mhm.
like 3 separate times.
Dude, I teared up big bad.
I just
Big
like
bad.
looked over at Buddy. It was just like reacting.
Monty was reacting to everything. She did a couple dabs. I don't know why.
Because it was intense and it needed a dab! And we were also on the wings, no one could see us except for you.
Yeah, you're right.
Also,
Oh yeah, we were in front of it. We were in front of everyone.
what some like train conductor was like looking in our direction and like talking, and like you were also reacting. I was like, are they?
Are they having a moment? Were you talking to the train conductor?
The train conductor.
He came up to our side. He was like shouting, and he was like, "What? No!" And I'm like, "Who the fuck is he talking to?"
Wasn't that like the very beginning?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
It gave me anxiety.
Man, what a memorable show.
I remember that one part, but God, they were really good.
So Ragtime touches on a lot of different like issues and highlights problems with them, but it also highlights a bigger message of unity, which I think is very, very awesome and very needed right now.
I will write my thesis for my master's program on Ragtime.
Ragtime is a good show, and Texas State's production of it was absolutely amazing.
It really was.
I
It
wish.
was worth the drive
It was an hour and 40-something minutes,
that you had to drive. I apologize for that.
and then back. But
I
God,
tried staying up with you and I passed the hell out.
God damn, that was so worth it. That was
Did
a
we
good
eat
show.
afterwards or did we just leave?
We just
ate
Before, right?
after too.
did we eat after?
Chick-fil-A. At the
Yeah, we went downstairs and we watched.
Oh my God, we had Chick-fil-A at 1 in the morning.
we ran all around the place. Remember?
Yeah, we were trying to find the fucking cafeteria that was open.
Mm-hmm. And Marisol.
They had grapefruit Topo Chico. Oh no, they had lemon lime Topo
Yeah,
Chico.
lemon lime Topo Chico.
I nut over lemon Topo Chico.
Oh my God.
It was really good actually. I
Yeah.
thought it'd be shit.
Mhm. You never had Topo before?
Mm-mm.
That was great.
They
It's
have a
just
grapefruit
like
flavor. And
just decent water. fancy, delicious
Yeah.
sweater.
People in Mexico.
But shows like Ragtime, shows like, in my opinion, Hamilton are like ones that should have more love and support.
I think Hamilton's fine with the support. It has a lot of.
Oh yeah, it has a lot of support,
It
but
has a huge fandom.
I think it needs more. TBH.
Every time you hear Hamilton, like, okay, first of all, I've literally never seen the play, or I've never seen the musical. I've just listened to like the soundtrack, and I only know more of Hamilton from the Hamilton drama that was on Tumblr, where this girl pretended to have AIDS so she could write a Hamilton AIDS AU.
Oof.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
That's a blotch in the community that you don't want.
It was, oh my god, AIDS. It was a lot of drama that, like, occasionally passed on my dash on Tumblr, and I was like, oh, hello.
Hamilton gets AIDS.
Have y'all seen Jekyll and Hyde?
Oh, the production with the it was a limited production and it recently got brought back to light. Is that what you're talking about?
Jekyll and Hyde musical?
Yeah.
I think so.
Because I think it was a thing that was, like, big a long time ago, and then it kind of just disappeared forever.
It died.
And they brought it back in, like, 2015?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking missed it.
Oh, yeah, it's done now. Like, it's over.
I know, I fucking hate it. Like, it came around, and I was like, oh, Jekyll and Hyde, and then, like, a week later, I, like, got into Jekyll and Hyde, like, oh my gosh! And I was like, wait, this was how long ago?
A week later. You missed that train by a little bit. That is a show I would definitely see.
The way Anthony Warlow just, his voice.
That's the key word.
I haven't heard any of the soundtrack for Jekyll and Hyde. I just know that it's a good show. It's a great show.
Some strong, like, it's basically an opera.
Of course.
Yeah, because Anthony Warlow, he sings an opera. But, like, that's beautiful, Mari.
Alright, this is the final update for Mari's abominations. Beautiful babies.
I feel like my face looks all the time.
I love you.
Like the Muppet mouth.
I feel like most
She opens her mouth like this.
Yeah.
I feel like most musicals go for that message of unity though.
Right.
I feel like Unity is a pretty, like, easy one for most people to connect to.
Yeah.
Even, edgy show Book of Mormon has a message of unity at the very end, despite all the...
I don't think Jekyll and Hyde has a message of unity.
Oh, he doesn't unite with his ultra ego?
The ending is fucked. I don't know, like, I guess, like, people already know, like, how it goes. So
Of course.
It's not much of a spoiler.
Story of Jekyll and Hyde.
But look, at the end of it, it's, like, literally in the middle of his wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And he seemed to, like, manage, like, keeping Hyde at bay.
Mm-hmm.
And, Jekyll's like, oh my gosh, yes. And then all of a sudden he's like, no, not now. And then it comes out and he fucking
Kills.
die.
Murders.
Some guy's like, oh no, he's trying to kill. We gotta put him down.
Mr. Kill is trying to kill.
Kill.
Mari?
Whenever we're ready to move on to the next topic, I have a really good segue.
Okay.
Alright. I think we've closed it on musicals. Let's go ahead and go into the next topic. Where are we going?
Related to the second one.
Okay. Just let this play out.
So it's like, K-media articles are always so specific and creative, like, BCS Jungkook ranked #1 on Idol Seeds most like to go to a cafe with, and then go to the park with to work off the extra muffin you had when he doesn't want to work out, and is just there to keep you company because he can eat as many muffins as he wants and still remain fit with how much he works out and rehearses in a day. When, meanwhile, where I'm from, articles are just like 5 celebs who look better with beards.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. That's about all right. That's about right. You see a new sexiest man every day.
A new sexiest man. A new sex man.
Big sex man.
PewDiePie made it onto a list.
PewDiePie made it onto a list.
Did he?
I'm
For
very confused.
what?
For sex man?
Or it's handsome or sexy.
Fanciest man.
Fanciest.
Man, car door hook hand.
Walks up to boy, hey, you the handsomest man I ever see.
Top 5 most handsomest man with shady pasts on YouTube.
Top 5 most handsome man with man car door hook hand.
I love that.
Man car door hook hand door.
You know what's better though? I like the Sandman. Bring me some sand.
Mr. Sandman, bring me some sand.
Make it the sandest car door hook hand.
Man door car hook hand door.
Okay.
Can we,
Anyway, this what do you want to go for this thing?
I was gonna try and go back into
Sorry.
BTS, but
Oh, I was just wondering, yeah, so the segment was just literally starting to talk about Jungkook.
please no.
So y'all, I'm a fucking BTS fan.
She's a part of the army.
I love them.
I enjoy a good track or two.
I enjoy a good tracker boy. I'm gonna go see them in September actually. So
So wake her up when September comes.
bitch, I'm here.
Before you
Go, don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo.
No, it's fine, keep going. I love your happiness, please sing more.
No, die.
Shut up.
Shine.
Oh my god. Shimeru.
Yummy.
Oh, bass boosted. Why
Can
you
we-
sad?
Can we just meme?
Actually,
Is that fine?
my nose was like having some like allergies recently, and it just sounded like that. And I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my god. Shimeru. Nani?
I make myself laugh. Don't worry. I feel like people watch me and I'm just like mouthing words, and all of a sudden it's like me like laughing my ass off.
Big mood.
Yeah, under your breath you're like, Yakamashi Itoshizo. You just die.
What the fuck's wrong with that?
Why are they just speaking in a foreign language?
that feel when you're the funniest person you know.
Oh.
You're just kind of like laughing at yourself like,
Oh,
Yeah.
so one thing about BTS that I said earlier today that made Mari very mad and happy was BTS are releasing albums that spell out what, right? Go ahead and
yeah.
explain that better.
Okay, so at the time that this podcast is being recorded, it's now
June 17th.
July 17th.
Fuck.
It's July 17th, and yesterday, July 16th, Big Hit released a tweet. They were like, hey, bitches, guess what? Fucking pre-orders open tomorrow for an album coming out in a month. Fuck you. Here you go. No links. And everyone was kind of like, excuse me? And, like, I screamed. I like, tweeted something, and, like, let me see if I can read my tweet. I cried so fucking hard. It was pretty much just like, pinch a Big Hit, why did you do this to me? I was so incredibly upset because I don't get paid till Thursday. And then, like, after an hour of, like, just being mad, I was kind of like, wait, it's pre-order.
Yeah, you're
I
fine.
have a fucking month. It's fine. And then I was like, okay, cool. But then the rest of the fandom just collectively lost their goddamn mind. Because it's like, they released an album 3 fucking months ago. And, like, excuse me? We just barely stopped crying over track 4. We're having to move on to track 5 now, and now you're like, hey, just kidding, 7 more new songs. And it's like, stop. Stop. Why?
No, but please more.
Please, but please more. I'm such a hard Jin stan too, so like I'm a hard and soft stan for Jin, and I'm ready for his goddamn intro song. Okay, so like the thing I was explaining to Corbin like a couple months ago is that their Love Yourself series is 4 albums: Wonder, Answer, Her. Wait, no, fuck it. Wonder, Her, Answer, Tear. And they released Her, then they released Tear. Now they're releasing Answer. And all 4 of the albums already have an intro song named, and they're gonna like every vocal member of the band is gonna have their own intro song. And for Her, we had Jimin's intro, Serendipity, which is really,
oh, dude.
you're such a Jimin stan.
Fuck, I love Serendipity so much.
And
I
then,
like the serendipity spice.
ooh, fuck, I love promotion.
No.
I am
crying.
I am your calico cat. Anyway, so then Tear.
Yucky.
Shut up. So then Tear had Taehyung's Singularity, and goddamn, that was some sexy ass shit.
That was really good.
One of the background dancers has a YouTube channel, and I followed that shit like. And like he was like, yeah, Taehyung was so hardworking and he was really cute, and I was like, he is. I love him. And then they like released the intro for Wonder, Love Yourself Wonder, and the intro track is called Euphoria. and that is a goddamn bop and a half. And that was Jungkook's intro, so there's only one album left that doesn't have a labeled intro yet, and it's for Answer, and everyone's like, Kim Seok-jin is getting his solo intro song. Jintro, Jintro, Jintro. And like, it was just bangs fists on the table, Jintro. And so, I am very ready.
So anyways, those 4 albums in particular spell out the word what. The thing is, they released Her, Tear, and...
They're gonna release Answer, but they haven't released What yet.
They haven't released What yet. So
Wonder, fuck, they haven't released
Wonder.
I keep fucking that up, and it's like, god damn it.
2 W's, too hard.
Ooh.
But I was thinking, what if they just didn't release Wonder
I'd kill myself.
they just let it be Hat?
Boy meets Hat.
So it's just
If they
the Hat.
If they do that, they will be invalidating the storyline. My mom's like, what time do you go to work?
But for fun. But for fun.
Interesting.
Butt's fun.
Going on a date.
But yeah, I love BTS now.
And it's just like, BTS over here.
Oh, yeah, so Maya had a bit of an awkward date not too long ago
Oh.
with
Really?
us.
Oh!
We went to go eat at a Korean barbecue restaurant.
That shit wasn't awkward because I was just fucking grilling the entire time. It was great.
I was just trying to eat and wanting my spoon.
No
Wait.
spoon.
You didn't have a spoon?
It was next to him and she didn't want to ask him for the spoon.
I had 2 spoons and I tried like separating them, but he grabbed both and I was like, I need my spoon.
Why didn't you just ask him for the goddamn spoon?
I don't know. I don't know. We just didn't click.
I was uncomfortable with asking him for the spoon.
The spoon. That's okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
I support you.
It's interesting because like the dates that I've been on, I brought friends with.
Mm-hmm.
With this most recent one,
No friends.
and it was.
Good shit. The best shit's when you can just talk to someone like them. So, like friends bring comfort, but when you know you can trust someone, then it's like okay, like.
Then again, we were like talking a lot more than I had talked to like
anyone else.
Yeah. And enjoyed talking to, cause like it was just video chatting for a while.
Some
Good
beach
shit.
chatting.
Good shit.
Some smileys in the morning. Speaking of awkward things that happen,
My life.
have any of you ever been stopped outside of work, on the street, in public, anywhere by a person who's trying to maybe sell you something or talk to you or anything like that?
I don't go out or socialize.
Maya's out.
Jokes on you, tough guy.
I've been stopped to like sign petitions, and they're like, "Are you registering to vote?"
Yeah.
And like the first couple times, I was like, "No," but that didn't work because they were like, "You want to register to vote?" And I was like, "Ah, fuck." So I registered to vote. And after that, they were like, "Did you register to vote?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "You want to sign the petition?" And I was like, "Fuck."
Just say that you already did. They'll be like, okay, thank you.
And so then, one time I actually listened to what the fuck they were trying to petition for, and it was like labor unions, and I was like, okay, fine. And like a lot of the jobs that they were talking about, it was like retail. They didn't have labor unions because it's retail, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, that affects me. And so then I signed the petition. But sometimes I've been stopped like in the street, and they're like, hey, do you know so and so? And I'm like, no. And I just like walk away.
Do you know Jesus Christ?
No. I've never had a Jehovah's Witness come to my house though.
Oh.
I want them to. I want them
Hello.
to, just so I can be like, I'm gay, and shut the door.
Die.
I'm gay and worship Satan.
So I can't remember when it was, but there was a time, quite a while back, I was on my street and I was pulling up to my house with my parents, and just in the middle of the road of our street are like a good group of 30 to 40 people, all in suits. Some of them carrying briefcases, some of them carrying Bibles, walking around looking around.
Looking for
And
people. They see your car, they're like, go.
We all pull up like a deer in headlights. So some of them turn around, they like whip their heads like.
Oh fuck that.
And
Target lock.
we reverse, and then we go and just keep driving somewhere. We go somewhere else.
I'm like, oh, fuck this.
We're like, we're gonna wait for them to leave.
Damn.
They're like fucking, like, no offense if this is what you do, but like, it's like a mob mentality. It's like aminals. They're like ants.
Aminals.
Fucking like swarming a street. Like, do you know the truth?
And then it was just like 2 or 3.
Do you know the way?
Please, it's dead.
No, the way
Please,
is
it's
never
dead.
The way is never dead. Dude, I'm so sad. I caught that meme like a tail fucking end. And like, I wanted more. But then it died, and I was like, no!
There is no way.
Would you like to read the Bible 3?
Part 3 of the Bible. That's Mormonism.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
Hey, the Bible seems a little boring. Maybe.
Self-insert.
Maybe if I just
Fucking,
stick my finger in the ground a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Part 3.
Oh, here's the Bible. Here's more of it. It's an extra part. Right here.
There's this comedian that I watched. I have like
In the ground.
There's a comedian I used to watch called Kathleen Madigan. She's like a real old Catholic Irish lady, and she's fucking hilarious. And she was like, yeah, one time I went to the Mormon temples, and I was like, I wanted to go tour them. And it fucking sucked because I was the only one on the tour. And I was like, ah, shit, I gotta pay attention. I can't leave. Like, I gotta, like, actively listen. And then at the last moment, some old guy from Chicago shows up with me, and he had no filter whatsoever. All the stupid shit I thought in my head, Bob was gonna say out loud. And so then they're going on the fucking tour with this like poor 20-year-old, and she's like, hi, welcome to the Mormon temple, and she's like just giving them the tour like all happy and perky and shit. And so then she's explaining how like Mormonism started, and fucking Bob from Chicago, he goes, wait a minute, sweetheart, you're gonna have to back up for a second. So you're trying to tell me that Jesus Christ was in New York at the same time as Geronimo?
Yes.
And so the fucking comedian just starts laughing, and she goes, dude, that made less sense than what she just said. I didn't think that was possible in a 5-minute exchange. And the poor fucking girl's like, oh, I don't know anything about Indians, and just runs away. And I'm like, that's a big ass mood. And I was like, honestly, I aspire to be Bob. No filter.
I fucking, yeah.
Appreciate it.
There's some stuff in there. There's
You okay?
Jesus lived in the USA. It's true. He was here.
I'm very concerned.
I hear Jesus was gay with a vampire.
I heard Jesus was gay with a vampire.
I am the
That's
gay
a
vampire.
good story. I suggest you read it.
Do you want to talk about your story, please?
I think I've already talked about it, haven't
I don't think so. You talked with me about it.
I guess. So I have this book with a bunch of small stories, and one of them is like this vampire telling, like, I don't know who, kind of sounds like he's in court, but I don't know. But like he's basically telling the story. He's like, I was at this place, I forgot where they were. It sounded like Burning Man, but no. But
Pat yourself going to Burning Man.
he's like, I saw this boy and I crept up from behind and I was about to sink my teeth into his neck, but as he seemed to suddenly notice my breath on his neck, which no human has ever noticed before I had bitten into them. And then, but like he noticed and he was like, I'm sorry, I can't, I'm Jewish. And basically, they're saying that Jesus was Jewish. I mean,
Jesus wasn't Jewish.
No, Jesus was Jewish?
Jesus was gay.
Wait,
What?
so wait, he was Jewish, but so that means he can't be gay?
Right.
What the fuck?
And like, okay, so like he meets him later on in life
Jesus
when
was a
Jesus
brown gay Jew.
is Jesus, and like, and they're basically like, he's like, oh, my friend, come inside, and Jesus is treating him really well, and
He
like,
invites him into the fucking house.
yeah, and they're talking, and he's like, what, like Jesus is basically like, I want to be with you,
Oh.
but like I can't, and I have these duties, and he's like, I'm just a guy who hangs out with like
other guys.
with thieves and whores and I'm just trying to spread peace and all this stuff, right? And he's like, he allows him to drink his blood, so he bites Jesus' wrist or something, and he's like, usually people will, react in like
Be into it and
ecstasy.
shit.
Yeah, but Jesus apparently just stared off, like looking all like beautiful and angelic.
Nirvana.
and basically, when Jesus was on the cross, he wanted to save Jesus, so as he was dying at the sunset, he was like, fuck, I can't go into the sun. So as it's setting, like, he rushed out and he put his blood on like the sponge that they like put up to Jesus' mouth, and he drank his blood, and then that's how he got resurrected.
Vampire transformation takes at least 3 to 6 days.
And like fucking
So that's why they fucking resurrected. He's a goddamn vampire.
yeah, and then like it's like
That makes so much more sense.
wait, but then it went like later on. It gets sad a little bit, but it went like later on. They were together for like ever, and like they go to church and
Angst.
oh, angst. Fuck.
Darkness imprisoning me.
But like they go to this
The
church.
Avatar.
Angst. Sorry. They go to this church and he's like, oh, I'm being praised, and like they're following my teaching, so they sit for like the sermon or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't go to church.
The thing when they
I'm cool.
Oh, I've only been a couple times, but like, they start preaching and they're like, Jesus hates gay people and you should fear God, and basically things like that. And Jesus is like, this isn't the message that I was trying to spread. This is wrong. They're spreading their own message, and they like try to meet the guy who was preaching later on, and turns out he was meeting his gay lover, and they're like, Jesus like shows up, and he's like, how could you do this? And he's like, oh my gosh, it's actually Jesus. And he's like, please forgive me. He's like, I don't care that you're gay. But I don't like that you've been
I'm a gay
preaching
boy
wrong
too.
things. Like, fucking, he's like, you're right, I won't do this. But like, Jesus, I guess either Jesus was depressed that like his message was twisted, or they backstabbed him, because when the vampire woke up, Jesus was dead. He was staked. Yeah.
That's very sad.
Rip Jesus.
But
Rip.
like, but gay.
Man, Jesus is such a nice man. I hope nothing bad happens to him.
But like, if Jesus is actually a vampire this whole time,
I mean, he got resurrected.
and the reason we don't see vampires nowadays is like, he's like, no guys, how about we just some animals, huh? He's still teaching. Your pen. You dropped your pen.
My pen!
By the way, what is the name of this book?
I think Dark Tales or something?
Dark Tales.
No, Dark Fate. Dark Fate.
Dark Fates. Alright.
It starts off with like a Cleopatra.
Well, if you want to read oh yeah, Cleopatra's in it. If you want to read a Jesus fan fiction, there you go. But Maya absolutely loves it. She's talked to me about it multiple times, and it seems very interesting. So
it's canon in my head. It's real.
This is real world. This is my Jesus.
Yes.
Okay. Another thing that I think should be brought to light is other things that we obsess about. Maya, your shirt.
Oh, you like it? It's a Mystic Messenger.
The Morstic Morsinger.
I've been playing it since it came out. Not like obsessively, but like sometimes I'll bring it up and be like, okay, I'm bored. How about we play it? Because like I have to be like not busy, because you have to be free. It's like, hey, there's a chat room, and if you miss that chat room, you either miss it or you have to pay with hourglasses that you either earn slowly
Or you buy
or you
them.
buy with your real money. So you're either there or you miss it.
That sucks.
Or you pay for it. So 3 a.m. There's always a 3 a.m. chat room. Always. So you have to be.
That doesn't sound healthy.
like when I was in school, my sleep schedule, I would wake up at 3 a.m. I'm like, okay, hold on, let me check my phone. And it's like, okay, back to bed. After was like, they're short, the 3 a.m. ones, but like, fuck, it's always at 3 a.m. Like, it's almost every hour.
Why is every boy awake at 3 a.m.?
There's one girl, but you can only be friends with her.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Let me love her.
Make her lesbian.
Right. And I love the characters. I've just become familiar with them. Jumin is mine. I love Jumin Han.
Here's a picture of Jumin Han. Here's another one. Here's one shirtless.
Anyway.
Is somebody gonna draw these?
No, I'm sure I'll find them on the internet.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But like, I like how it's like at first it's like, oh, it's an Ultimate game, but like, it's a little bit more interactive than usual, and like you get calls, quote unquote, from them. So like it's really nice. But like, there's a twist when you get into it. It's a much darker, especially now that they have the V routes and I think his name is Ray.
The boys.
Something. Yeah, the boys. And just, it's fucked.
Where can you download this exquisite game?
Like the App Store. Yeah.
Any app store?
I think so. But Chariots, or should I say with their accent? Chariots makes really good games. Have you played Dandelion? I love it. Black Cat Boy is my favorite. I don't know why I go for these like darker characters, but I love
Edge.
Yeah. But like coming out with this new one called Some, and it seems a bit more interactive. I don't know. It's out. It's only out in Malaysia.
I'm gonna be more interactive than getting up at 3 a.m. to talk to people.
Typing.
You have to type that?
I don't know, cause like if you look at the
if you could type, that'd be like so in depth.
if you look at the trailer, it's literally like you typing, sending pictures to you, and like fucking I don't know what's happening because it's only out in Malaysia, and you need.
It's only out in Malaysia.
Can you not change your country in your app store?
I could, but like,
Well, yeah.
Would you want to try and
Hell,
play
I
the
gotta-
game in Malaysianese?
Malaysianese.
What is it?
Malay.
Malay.
But
Madi is adding to her collection of disgusting,
She's beautiful.
beautiful things. Here's an update picture. It's probably the final picture. I don't know. We'll see.
But these games, you know, something I can come back to whenever I want. Feeling lonely or something like that.
You have all these routes, all these boys, this
All
one
these
girl
This one,
who is not available for loving.
right? And then some really good like fan-made comics. There are really good ones out there. Some of them not so much, but like, you know, that's how fandoms are.
We got some etchy dojins up in here.
Yeah. But how about you? Your favorite game you want to talk about?
Oh, it's definitely not my favorite game. There are so many problems with it. But recently I've been dumping all of my time into the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
Okay.
Can you tell me some interesting facts about the world?
Interesting facts. The game is already big enough as it is. I believe it's still one of the bigger maps like in any video game, only outmatched by Final Fantasy 15, which is like actually over 100 times bigger than Skyrim.
What about Breath?
It's actually Breath of the Wild is slightly bigger than Skyrim's map, unless you have the DLC for Skyrim, which adds alternate universes, adds another island that you can just go to whenever. It adds places off the map that just you can't even see. And holy shit, there's so much to like do. Like You'll walk into a store and talk to one person, and they'll be like, "Hey, could you do this for me? Also, my brother needs your help. Also, there's a bad guy right behind you," and the bad guy is like, "Ha, if you don't kill me, you'll have to do this long quest." And then by the time you walk out of the bar, you're like half dead, and there's a million quests in your inventory.
I would cry.
And you're like, "What do I do?" I spent at least a good 8 hours building a virtual house in this game.
Ooh.
There are many virtual houses to build in the game.
That's a big whoop.
I've only done half of one.
I need to play more video games. I just don't have the money.
You know what? If you want to play video games and you don't want to invest that much money, you can always play indie games. The much smaller games made by much smaller companies, they are way cheaper, and they are way more fun in a lot of cases, honestly. There is a game that I absolutely adore, and I think that a lot more people should play. And it's an indie game, and it was completely crowdfunded by fans who wanted to play the game.
That's controversial right now.
Really, what's wrong with it?
Some boy killed himself, and then like it's this game. It drew him in, and like and suddenly they would start messaging him, and PewDiePie went over it. He's like, "Sounds like Mystic Messenger." And like Mystic Messenger would not do that to somebody. It sounds like the Blue Whale Challenge.
What's the blue? Never mind. I'll bring something later.
Okay.
Oh, that got dark really fast.
Blue Whale Challenge.
Minecraft. I miss Minecraft.
Oh.
Real quick, before we move on to talking about games that are already successful, I do actually highly recommend that if you have a Switch, if you have a PC, a PS4, an Xbox One, you should pick up the game Darkest Dungeon, because it is a very fun and rewarding gameplay experience with a lot of challenge, and it will test every single ounce of your own sanity as you play. Darkest Dungeon is a game where this old man leaves you, the player, a letter, and he's like, "So this house that I lived in basically got all fucked up by demons and shit. I'm dead. It is your responsibility to take back this house and rebuild our legacy," right? So you go in, and you're like a manager of these these heroes. They're called heroes that you bring in with you, right? And they're just random people off the streets who are like, "I'll do contract work for you and help you take your house back," right? So your house is filled to the brink with demons, walking fish, infected pigmen.
I am a fish.
All kinds of like these giant mosquitoes that like have a blood infection that they're spreading. And anyways, all these little heroes come in through a little van every day, and they you can just recruit them to your party, and it's your job to keep them alive and to keep them moving and getting things done. Your whole job is to clear the entire mansion out of the enemies and retake it, right?
I'm terrible at management. I would suck at this game.
There's so much like individual management because people have health, right? So that's like, first of all, get to 0, they die. Big deal, big bad deal.
Big uh-oh.
Secondly, they have a stress meter. Every character has a stress meter from level 0 to level 200. And let's just say the stress meter has like certain points on it. But anyways, when you're walking them through the manor, every time they go down a dark corridor, every time an enemy attacks them, every time there's a little minor inconvenience, the stress goes up a little bit. And sometimes, but it's a slow build. It's like 1 point. If it gets dark, it's like 5 points of stress. If it gets darker, 10 points of stress. You know what I mean? Like they get more and more stress. When they hit stress level 100, the resolve is tested. This is a coin flip, but it's 75 in favor as opposed to 75-25. A coin flip of like, does your hero start to collapse mentally, or do they take this as a way to improve themselves?
Damn.
So it basically flips a coin, and your hero can either be like, they can develop courage, they can develop strength, they can develop independence, all these things that give them stat boosts. Or they can develop hopelessness, fear, paranoia, masochistic tendencies. they develop all this fucking shit that makes it harder to roam through, because like it's an RPG, so you're here, you're trying to keep your people alive and kill whatever's in front of you, right? And there's random events and random occurrences. If someone is like masochistic, halfway through battle, they'll just be like, I deserve whatever I get, and they'll skip their turn and then they'll like just stab themselves with something, and they'll just be like, I just can't deal with this. If they're fearful, and like let's say it's a warrior, you want to have warriors in the front so that way they can attack things.
If they're scared,
they start moving to the back of the group, and they're like, I don't have the strength to fight. They'll, without your input, they'll start moving to the back of the line. Like I can't do.
baby.
Huh?
Sounds really good.
It is good. And then you need to manage their stress though, because if they get to 200, they have a heart attack and they die.
Oh no!
Yeah. And it doesn't matter. And the thing is, like, you can have a maximum, I believe, 40 heroes, but you only take 4 with you inside a dungeon at any time. But you have to invest in your heroes. You have to give them better equipment. You have to upgrade their skills, their abilities.
So it sucks if they die.
If they die, you lose it. You lose everything. Everything that you invested in them. No, they're dead. You lost all the skills. You lost all of their armor. Everything. It's all gone. And it's the worst thing ever. That game is like, when someone dies, you feel it. I've had 4 people die.
And you're like, damn it!
Every single time they die, I'm like, fuck. Like, I had 3 healers, right? Healers are very important. They're like integral to the party. If you don't have healers, people are gonna get fucked, right? So
did one of them die?
It was during a scouting mission. We were all just supposed to go to these rooms and just see what was inside and leave. That was our whole purpose, right? Out of nowhere, big bad boss comes around. Her stress level gets to 100, and then there's random bosses too. Out of nowhere, those random bosses with like 300 health, and your character's at like 20. Anyways,
there's no option to run away.
There is, but it's the harder the enemy, the harder it is to run away. So it's very unlikely. Anyways, she fucking became hopeless. And so she was like, it doesn't matter what I do. There's no point in me doing anything. And so she would just skip her turn all the time.
God dang it.
She would just be like, I'm not going to eat anything. No one's going to heal me. I'm not going to heal anyone. It doesn't matter. Let's just give up. That's her thing. So she didn't do anything. And then because of her, she died. And then another party member died right after.
And you were like, damn it.
Oh, and the worst thing actually is that if they get to 0 health, they don't die immediately. They enter a state called Death's Door. So every time they get attacked, it's a coin flip, 50-50. Do they live or die?
Oh my god, I don't like that.
So it's like stressful, because like if they live, you're like, yes! But then it's like, they die next turn. That game is really good, and it's really dark, and it gets you invested. It gets you hooked. It's a game that you can play for 5 minutes. You can play a very short little romp real quick.
A little groupie romp.
Or you can spend 3 hours trying to like get one character to level 1, if you want. So if you're into that shit, Darkest Dungeon is good for you. Fuck, that game's so good.
What are your thoughts on Fortnite?
I really enjoy Fortnite, unironically.
Yeah?
I think it's a fun game. And
I haven't played it.
I enjoy the people that do crazy shit. Like, there are people that completely covered like the big pit.
They covered it.
They covered it. They were like, okay, let's get all the resources we can, just build a blanket over it. And they tried doing it with 3 people, didn't work. But then like other people in their games realized what they were doing, that they didn't even know who the fuck they were. They were like, I want to help them, and so they fucking helped them. And they covered the entire pit before the circle came in.
I love it. I love when just you're playing Fortnite and then someone who's supposed to be your enemy is just like,
Fuck you.
Is just like, hey, what's up? We're friends now.
What's up, buddy?
Literally, there's all kinds of little things like that. There's this warehouse where if you get 4 people who are enemies to stand in the different corners of the warehouse and all of them dance at the same time, the disco ball will come down.
Yeah.
But they all have to be enemies.
Yeah, that sounds like so much fun though.
Yeah.
That's cute.
See, I like when games do stuff like that because, like, yeah, you get it. You have to kill people, but like, come on.
You can have a dance
You
party.
have a little bit of fun. You can cover the entire pit with blanket.
A little fungo.
Fortnite is a very fun game, but like also kind of stress-inducing for me because like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see like how far I can get. And usually, like, I place pretty okay. Like, I place 18 or 16 or whatever.
Ooh, damn.
One time, I was in like the top fucking like 3, right? And I was in the storm was like fucking really tiny, and we're here, and we're like closed between 2 little buildings.
You got little bunkers.
Yeah, and
Little ungo bungos.
they're shooting each other from the buildings, and I'm on like a cliff that's barely in the circle, hiding behind a tree. And then one of them kills the other one, right? And I'm like, fuck yeah,
I'm
second place. And so like I have the little sniper, and I'm aiming for him, and I see his little head poke out. And I go, bah! And I shoot him, and I hit him, but he has 100% shield. So his shield is broken, but he still has the whole health bar. But now he knows I'm there.
He's like, fuck!
So he immediately turns around, rocket launcher,
Dead.
died immediately. Like I had no chance.
Wow.
But that was the closest I ever placed to first.
Would
and
you second?
yeah, pretty lit. I had fun. It was a good game. I think Fortnite's fun.
Nice.
The community's a little ass, but that goes without saying for most communities, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't play video games. I play fucking like Minecraft and like Candy Crush. I'm a 40-year-old woman in a 19-year-old's body.
We've said this before. You are a 40-year-old woman.
Yeah.
It's good. A mom. A true visionary.
A visionary.
All right. That about wraps up everything except for one final topic. I would like to cover the future of the Ink Ocean very soon.
The rat?
Yeah, I drew a picture of Ricky the Rat. Lottie, this is your responsibility. Please take a picture of Ricky the Rat. I would like to take this time to talk about the future of Ink Ocean, what we're planning on doing. Just again, to recap, we don't want this to stay the way it is. We don't want it to be a podcast. I would like it to be a cast that has visuals, where we're actually sitting, at a table in a room. There are cameras where we have actual segments, I suppose, would be really nice to do. Biggest change that's coming up is the intro is going to change.
Yeah.
We actually, this is new for you guys. Oh wait, not for you. Not for you. She knew. But this is new. We had a artist, friend of ours named Ryan Kent, who did a little bit of an intro for us for free. It's a little 30-second intro, and we're actually going to look at having someone illustrate and do an actual animatic opening for us that goes along with the music. So that'll be great. Also planning on throwing in bits of lore for like the story we have going on behind the scenes, but that'll all come probably with season 1. But you will see a new intro hopefully within the next couple of episodes. Shouldn't take too long to actually get that going. Also, outro, I'm looking for official art for the outro. Honestly, if you're hearing this and you do art, please DM us on Twitter or on our Instagram account, because we're ready to read. We are willing to look through any submissions if you want to do anything like that. And we're willing to pay. Like, we don't expect free work at all. So if you do anything like that, just let us know. Please share the podcast around with friends. Share it around with family if they're comfortable with that. Hearing about
Dicks.
dicks and Fortnite.
Dicks and Fortnite.
That's the name of the episode right there. And
I'll get us a lot of views because it's got a Fortnite title.
Fortnite.
Fortnite. SpaghettiOs.
Oh, I guess it's going in the tag of this video. SpaghettiOs and Fortnite.
Yes.
So for those of you who have been listening pretty consistently, we thank you very much, and we appreciate y'all. It's been a little hard on views recently. We only had about 5 on this past episode, so it's been a little like but it is fun. It's still a very fun thing to do, and we would very much appreciate if other people appreciate it and had fun along with us.
We're coming up on 1 year.
Are we really? Oh, we are. Man, we only have a couple episodes out. We are looking to be more consistent. I have garnered a lot of support from family recently, and I love them. I appreciate them for it. We're actually looking at getting an actual space, and we're looking at getting our schedules more open, and I would actually have way more time to edit, way more time to record. We could actually mass produce episodes, do multiples in a day. That would be fantastic, honestly. But that will all come in the future, and the more support we get, the more quickly it'll come. So please share this around, let people know. Ink Ocean is in town, baby. And before we sign off, would any of y'all like to say anything?
I'm getting my character a girlfriend.
Maddie's giving her character a girlfriend.
You gonna put up the finished picture?
Oh, hell yeah.
She'll have to send it to me later when she's done.
Okay.
It'll be done right now.
Maya, any last words? Gun to your head, you have to fuck a Naruto character. Which one?
Oh my god.
Gun to your head.
What Sensei? What's his name?
Kakashi.
Gun to your
Yes.
head. Kakashi?
Fuck
Okay.
yes.
I don't even need a gun to my head. I don't even watch Naruto.
Brockhampton, pick one.
Kevin.
Okay,
He's
good
only
job.
gay once. Gun to your head. BTS.
No!
You have 2 seconds.
Wait, what's the question though?
Fuck. 1,
Mrs.
Kim Namjoon.
2. Oh, you heard it here first.
I'm such a
folks.
Jin stan, but God, Kim Namjoon is the sexiest man alive.
We'll talk about all this later. Guys, if you have family, hug them, love them, hold them close, kiss your friends on the cheek. Goodbye.
Just a week of tears full of tears from Lisa. Just a week of tears full of tears, Lisa. Just a week of tears full of tears from Lisa. Just a week of tears full of tears. Can't nobody diss from lady, my baby. Can't nobody do it like you, my baby. Just a week of tears full of tears from Lisa. Just a week of tears full of tears.